No, I'm not gonna come and say welcome to episode 9 of the. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that shit because that's incoherent. I ain't got the ability to do that. I can't do that. What I will say is welcome to the return of the Ringside Savages. There's been a hiatus.
RSS, baby.
There's been a hiatus. It's been a while, okay? Because certain people can't get their balls out their pants. I won't say any names, but there's certain bitch boys who are letting their females control their lives. Ever since Addy Tate went to jail, Giuseppe can't seem to get his masculinity out of him. Yes, I'm sending for you, fake Roman Reigns, aka you now look like Mojo Rawley. Giuseppe. Yes, Mojo Rawley Giuseppe. You have no balls. Control your woman and come back to the pod. Now, without further ado, introduce yourself.
It's your boy Tobi Tame, aka Mr. Photographer of the Year, aka I'm the Riz and I'm awesome.
I like that one. I like that. That's good.
TKM, baby.
TKN.
Yeah.
TKN.
Drink it in, man.
TKN. Well, nice and simple. It's your boy Mike Henry, aka Sexual Chocolate, and I'm here to lay the smack down, cheek clapping corner, style. Yes, it. Triple C's, throw them up. Boom, 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 boom.
Let's go.
So
today's episode, me and Mike had a little conversation as I was entering his lovely abode. I was like, you know what, yeah? We don't actually discuss this in the podcast. The one thing that makes wrestling what it is, they're gimmicks.
I love a gimmick.
So between ourselves, we discussed what are our top 5 favourite gimmicks of all time. It doesn't have to be serious. It can be somewhat ridiculous, as per se. So I feel like Mike should kick us off here because I feel like he can give us a good one to begin with.
You know what? I'm going to start straight off with a proper one, right? It's quite a recent gimmick. And it's literally my favourite, I'd say, new gimmick or like modern day gimmick after the PG era.
I think this is going.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you do actually. This is literally one of my favorite gimmicks, yeah. And this is the original Bray Wyatt, Eater of Worlds. Okay. And I'll tell you why, yeah.
Go for it.
I just loved his promos. His promos, yeah. Like I actually felt like I was out of the Matrix when I listened to his promos. Like he was talking like
into your soul,
into my soul and beyond wrestling. He was talking about everyday life, about like the hamster wheel of life and shit. And I was just like, yo, you're cold. Yeah. Like every time he did like the whole things when you talk about Mr. Teacher. Oh, I love the Mr. Teacher Man promo. Amazing. And it had all these bars. I used to just write them down. And this one bar's like, why do men do the things that they do? Is it for money? Power? Oh, I just got
that's cold.
Chills, man. I had chills, man. And it was a shame that he just never won for some reason. They booked him absolutely shittly. I didn't understand any of the booking, but his character work was just absolutely beautiful. So I absolutely just adored Bray Wyatt.
That's a very good choice.
I loved every time they brought him back to do something like that gimmick. Like honestly, the whole Wyatt family idea, like
it looked like very like Pat Boonish, the whole Wyatt family thing. Google that, but it worked
very much so. Like the matches were shit. Like I won't lie, but even the little things when he did the
spider crawl thing, innit?
The bear crawl thing. The match was
the way it is because I think it's the element of surprise. Cause a guy built like him should not be able to do that.
Yeah. That's it.
It's the element of surprise. Isn't
That's it. And then like even the finisher worked for him, like the kiss, and then that
Sister Abigail,
and like the character worked on when he used to like kill himself. Like I'm gonna lose this match on purpose for like a reason, and you'll be like, what the fuck? This nigga's losing the match on purpose. This nigga crazy. Like, no, it was all sick. Daniel Bryant stuff, like, they just fucked him up because he won the title, yeah? Again, a character like that doesn't need a WWE title, in my opinion.
100%.
They don't need a title.
The storyline and the character builds enough.
Yeah, and you can just put him in, like, sick feuds, yeah? And then they did let him win the title, and then, like, a month later, he lost it.
That was dumb. When he dropped the title way too early.
Yeah.
But the way it is, yeah, I hear it. Like, it was dumb on creative front. However, he didn't even need the title to begin with.
He didn't need it. There's certain characters that do not need titles. Bray Wyatt is one of them because he's a creepy motherfucker with amazing promos, and all he had to do was just bully his way through and lose the odd feud here, but for reasons. And maybe he could always have a new Wyatt family come in for a bit, like they did with Brian when they did the Danny Bryan thing, and that's cage match.
And Randy Orton.
Yeah, and Randy Orton, all that stuff. Yeah. Like it was good, man. He did a couple of things with John Cena that was really interesting. So I love, and that's why I've always been like a Bray Wyatt stan. So like even with this whole new shit he's doing, I'm very patient in regards to it.
Apparently he's made the walk though, isn't it? But we'll talk about it at the end. There's been a lot of circulation going around on Twitter when I woke up this morning after Raw.
I think the walk was in regards to like he didn't attend a Madison
Square
Garden event, but there's like a storyline injury maybe.
I hope so, because it'd be a shame to lose him again. Because when we got him back, that pop when he came back.
when you thought the baby was over, you're like,
yeah,
I swear Bray Wyatt was meant to be coming. Then all of a sudden it's like, we're meant to be off air. Yeah. I love it. What a build.
What a build.
I'm talking about, man. That's good shit. But yeah, that's my first gimmick. I want serious with you. The rest of them will not be serious.
Okay, so this one from me, I would say it's serious in the sense that the amount of effort that was put into it to making the gimmick work. But for me, it was meant to be like a comedy gimmick to an extent. However, it's probably the closest to Marvel, like, what's the word for it? Like, Marvel crossover, in a sense. Like, if Disney do decide to buy the WWE one day, they've got to put this guy in the universe because the storyline and just the appearance of this gimmick was so good. Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through.
Right,
you know what it was, yeah. So the hurricane was like, it was meant to be like a comedy gimmick. Like this guy's he is basically like the normal size Hornswoggle in the sense the way he was treated. Like he'll get thrown out like first in the ring for a rumble or some shit like that, for example. Or like, remember he did the whole like China double choke slam. I think it was Triple H and someone else, and just dash him over the top rope.
Yeah.
Like things like that, innit? Like it's good for the kids, but at the same time, if they wanted him, like I don't like when they split him and Rosie apart and they stripped him from the Hurricane to just Gregory Helms. Like I didn't like that personally. Obviously, the heel turn was imminent in most wrestlers' careers. However, I liked just there was so much they did with the gimmick. They had Mighty Molly.
I remember.
I had Rosie as well. Like
shit.
It's just the fact that they were able to build around it as well. And it was just a fun gimmick to watch as a kid growing up. I even spent most of my childhood looking for a hurricane mask. And Gregory, if you're watching this, please send a mask to the UK. I know I've asked in this podcast like 5 times already, but I would really like one. Honestly. But that's my number one pick, the Hurricane.
Number one pick. Okay. I didn't know we were going in order.
No particular order. No particular order, obviously.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Now, my number 2 pick, I'm going to cheat a little bit. And I'm not going to go specifically for an actual wrestler's gimmick. I'm going to go 2 wrestlers who, in my opinion, had similar gimmicks, right? And this gimmick is what I would like to call suspicious meaty man gimmick. And the 2 wrestlers I'm thinking of are Rikishi and
Viscera.
And Viscera when he wore the blue overalls. Now, this is where the gimmick comes in, okay? Imagine you have trained you've gone all over the world. You've gone to Japan. You've gone to Europe. You've gone to Mexico to wrestle and learn your trade. And you finally make it to the WWE after 20 years of hard work, graft, blood, sweat, and tears. And Vince McMahon says, okay, so you're in the WWE now on a 1-year contract. However, you have to have a squash match against Rikishi and Viscera. Now, not only do you have to take this squash match where you will proverbially get squashed by 2 men who both weigh over 300 pounds, Viscera who weighs 500 pounds, and about 69% of that is man meat. And I'm not talking like muscle. I'm talking about the flubbery type of meat that is unhealthy and has a lot of cholesterol within it.
Meat.
Then, not only do you get put in a corner in which Rikishi, who has decided not to have a shower all day, will then go to get his sweaty cheeks. He might have not even showered in weeks. He puts his cheeks in front of your face and continues to grind with his cheeks. If you're unlucky, maybe he had beans for lunch and he farts his sweaty cheeks in your face and you have to eat it. I'm not saying you put your face there. No, you have to eat it. Eat those cheeks like a plunger. You have to suck out Rikishi's cheeks for this lack of money you're earning. After this, you're knocked out because you're almost subconscious, yeah? But you're still awake because there's one more move to go. Rikishi tags in Viscera, who's in his night overalls, and you're there ready for lamb to slaughter, in which he will lie you down on your belly, your backside open. He will spread your legs open, and then he will hump 469 pounds of fat into your anus. He humps you to death. You have just eaten Rikishi's cheeks, and then you have been savagely bum raped and attacked by Viscera. Yeah, you have been bum raped by Viscera, and there's nothing you can do because it's in your contract, and Vince McMahon has told you to do this. So, for some reason, there's gimmicks in which wrestlers are getting bum attacked by 500-pound men. And I just think it's absolutely preposterous. I think back to it now, like, I didn't know this was happening. I didn't know there was gay rape in the WWE. It was in the Royal Rumble. And that's a man's finisher. His finishing move was gay rape. So, yeah, it's one of my favorite gimmicks. Gay rape. That
was a very, very...
LGBTQ WWE community can agree, I'm sure.
I have no comment or words for that one. But anyways, my next one. Back to the serious side. My favourite heel back in 03 had to go to one man only. Like, as soon as you hear the helicopters whirring,
oh yeah,
and you see it's cooking, you knew it was time. If you hear the helicopters at Hollywood WrestleMania, bro,
yeah.
Oh yeah. Before I actually go into saying this, I would just like to add, a member of RSS is going to WrestleMania this year. Who? This guy. So Mike will be going to WrestleMania in LA both days.
Yep.
And he definitely did not pay much for it at all, did you, Mike?
I wouldn't pay that much. I would say it is a substantial amount of money in order to hit one of your dreams. You know what I mean?
It's a bucket list thing, so you gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do,
Respect
man.
it.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy Mania, bro.
I'm gonna have a great time.
But yeah, make sure to follow the TikTok to see what Mike gets up to in LA.
Probably nothing.
But
probably nothing at all. I just seen it indoors.
Okay, and back to what I was saying.
In a strip club.
Oh god.
If you see me in a strip club, mind your business. Okay, I'm taking in the scenery. Okay, goddamn. Anyway.
So yeah, goes without saying, Hollywood's Rock. It was just The Rock's mic skills and promo was so like naturally gifted. This guy can roast any man on the mic, face or heel. But heel Rock just worked so much because he was making it into, like, obviously if you see The Rock today, it makes sense why he went into a gimmick.
Yeah.
Like, no one knew this guy's gonna be that big of a movie star as he was. Like, back then it was more of a, okay, I'm going into Hollywood and I'm gonna like let you all know about it. We didn't know he was gonna be Dwayne The Rock Johnson today. Like, he's probably the biggest Hollywood star today.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So like, no one, that was literally like, if it was the gimmick was meant to be ironic, but
There's anything
but some might say it was long-term storytelling.
No, good point.
Long-term storytelling.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. You know, good
like
point.
If he was to come back with that theme song and that gimmick, I think I would lose my shit. Like, I'll rip my TV off its stand. I'll end up throwing it out my window. I'll end up climbing on said window. I'll have to hit the Jeff Hardy little taunt then I have to do the little swanton bomb out of the window, land on the TV,
Through a table.
just to make sure it happened. But yeah, I actually, do you know what it was? Yeah, he went up against Hogan, didn't he?
Is that when he did the switch at the WrestleMania? So he came in as a babyface and then during the match went heel. Mm-hmm. Genius. Absolute genius. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. What is your favourite Hollywood Rock moment?
For me?
Yeah. One that comes to mind. Like, when you first think of him, like, oh, this is sick.
For me, it was the No Way Out 03. Literally, for me, it was the introduction of the Gimmick and No Way Out 03.
Yeah.
It was the introduction of the Gimmick. No one, obviously, everyone heard the helicopters because the intro of this theme song didn't really relate to his theme at all. So no one really knew it was coming out. Similar to like when Bray Wyatt came back. No one obviously ever heard the music and like, what's this?
Yeah.
Or the same as CM Punk when he came back with Cult of Personality. Everyone's like, who's this? Cause
Yeah.
song was just playing. Then when it's like, it's cooking, everyone's like, oh shit! Yeah. It was like, if you've got a spare 30 seconds of your time, just watch the introduction, and you'll feel something. I don't know what you'll feel, but you'll feel something. But yeah, that's my number 2.
My number 2, I'm going to go yin and yang on you and go for the opposite of The Rock. And what I mean by that is they were both the biggest stars in the Attitude Era, in my opinion. And I'm going Stone Cold Steve Austin. What? 1 second, I'll be right back. What?
Oh my god.
What? Stone Cold said I just kicked your ass. 2 beers, 1 beer, a bottle of whiskey, a bottle of Henny, a Bloody Mary. What? 2 fucking beers. Stone Cold said I just whooped your ass 316. Rattlesnake. Stone Cold, fucking love him. And do you know why I love him? Because I used to fucking hate him. Used to fucking hate Stone Cold Steve Austin. Because when I was young, I didn't understand wrestling, yeah? I didn't understand wrestling. I was just like in the wrestling games, yeah, choosing Stone Cold is the worst thing in the world. Because it's
the moveset, innit?
The moveset is shit.
It's a moveset.
His moveset is literally the worst moveset. I've never seen this guy do a suplex. I've never seen this guy do any other moves apart from punch, kick, mud hole, and Louvre press. And I used to absolutely and the stunner. I used to absolutely hate the Louvre press, yeah, because I was like, bruv, what is this move? Man, just
what's your beef for Louvre press? Because you've actually mentioned this before.
Man, I used to absolutely hate this. The Louvre press, yeah, it's literally like I literally used to be like, nah, fuck Louvre press, like fuck this, Tony, because the move was literally he'd throw you into the ropes, you'd come back and it would just jump on you, just start punching you. Well, those punches could have been anywhere. You could have. That was it. He just punched you. These weird quick punch, and the mud hole was kind of cool when you get to the like the character building it. So I used to really hate Stone Cold because of his moonset. Then I got older, and I started understanding Stone Cold a lot more.
I was like, what he's about, isn't it?
What he's about, yeah, and like basically like he had a match against Owen Hart like 95 or something like that.
R.I.P.
And obviously Owen Hart hit him with a power driver, so it fucked up his neck. So it meant Stone Cold was not able to do as many moves in the ring as he used to be able to do. So he had to change his moveset completely. He couldn't do all the crazy moves he used to be able to do. So that's why he changed it. And he obviously created this character, yeah, who, when you look at him, yeah, a bald redneck from Texas, yeah, with like a singlet. Like, what do you call it? Like, just, who wears that? It's literally just a leather, half-coated trench coat thing.
You used to have like them over-knee shorts, surely. Oh, shorts and knee pads, surely.
Yeah, just shorts and knee pads. No, but when you walk to the ring, you just have that jacket thing.
And, you used to have those trunks with the skull in the back.
Yeah.
It was a very basic, like, attire. And it just worked. And like I looked at him, I was like, that guy, like if I think about it, I'm like, that guy should have been a racist. Like that character should have been a racist. Like a bald redneck, people were like, why is my daughter dating a blackie? Like that's what I saw. But he wasn't.
he was just a kick-ass motherfucker, and he was so funny. Like, one of my favorite promos ever is when he won the King of the Ring, when he first came as Stone Cold Steve Austin, when he won the King of the Ring in 1997 over Jake it wasn't Jake the Snake, it was Jake the Snake playing some weird Christian gimmick, and it was all like, because obviously he was playing some Christian gimmick, and he came off it like, you can talk about your Psalms, you can talk about the 316. Austin 316 said, I just whooped your ass. I was just like, yo, this is like, he started trash talking like properly like they do in the NBA and shit, yeah. And I was like, bro, Austin, you're fucking sick, yeah. Just the mod hole, like when he had the beef with Vince McMahon, yeah, and he's literally just,
Yep.
even in Royal Rumble when he's throwing people out and he's waiting, like, I just loved Stone Cold, man. And he's just so funny. He's just hilarious. So yeah, I love Stone Cold.
Just one of them people which you just have to automatically respect.
That's it, man.
That's not much to it. My number 3 pick here. This is where it gets ridiculous.
I like ridiculous. You know that's my favorite thing.
So I'm gonna just say Mike's current hat is a clue, because what the hell were creative smoking when they thought this guy? Okay, we've got this guy of Asian descent. What should we do with him? Let's make him a cowboy. What's your name? Jimmy Wang Yang it is.
Jimmy Wang.
I'm a redneck. I remember I must have been like in primary school when it first came out. I was just like, literally looked at my mum and was like, why is he a cowboy?
What's going on here?
But like at the same time, it was just like it was clearly something for the kids, and they didn't know what to do. Thing is, he was very good as a cruiserweight in terms of ability. He was good in the ring, but he just had a very like forgettable like gimmick in it, in the sense that it didn't leave a mark as per se. It was kind of like a filler gimmick. There's needed someone in the cruiserweights just to fight other cruiserweights
and to do something different from all the cruiserweights, I guess, a little bit.
Exactly. It was just dumb because like then again, like normally when they get like a Eastern Asian like wrestler, they just do the stereotypical, I'm making him a ninja, I'll make him like
Tajiri.
Yeah. Or I'll make him like some sort of like warrior or something. But this time I'm into a cowboy. Like, there's only 2 cowboys that I've seen, 3 that I've seen on WWE television: Jimmy Wang Yang, JBL, and Brock Lesnar. Like,
Jimmy Wang Yang was the originator.
What 3? Which one of these 3 is not like the other?
What would you say is your favorite Jimmy Wang Yang moment? I'm gonna ask you this for all of them now.
I couldn't fucking tell you, man. I just found the whole gimmick ridiculous.
Stupid. You're like, what the hell is this Asian guy doing this camera? As a cowboy.
Now, don't it was, yeah, it was smart in the sense that like it kind of crossed the bridge that they didn't have to make anyone conform to like their racial stereotype of saying it. I like that because I hate when WWE, even though it worked with Crime Time, I hate when they bring in a black wrestler and they try to like make him stereotypically black.
Yeah, I get
like,
what you mean.
What is the like inspiration? Like, I would like to know in the comments. Like, what would you define as black? Because they tried to do it with the way that they. To be fair, I feel like they let wrestlers express themselves, but back in the day they tried to make things proper, like Nation Domination, for example, wasn't it? That was just like the Black Panthers, but on wrestling screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like it, I feel like I like that it works in the sense that it didn't conform to like the whole Eastern Asian stereotype, but at the same time, it was just like they could have just done anything.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes just get a job a wrestler, and got another hat just full of gimmicks. It's like,
They went, pick it.
Yep. So like a Champions League draw. Okay. But yeah, that's my trois. What's your quattro?
My quattro, I'm gonna go for a semi-serious one. Because I've only got 2 more, haven't I? For my list.
Mm-hmm. Well, without Giuseppe's waffling, we have more time for one more.
Okay, well, we'll do 6 each then. Fuck it. Okay, then at number 4.
Who's doubling now, bitch?
At number 4, in no particular order, I'm going to go with Perk Angle.
If you know, you know. If you know,
you sent me the video the other day, yeah, and I remember, and I don't count Perk Ankle as just TNA Perk Ankle. I'm talking from the first day he took a Percocet. I'm talking from the first day he popped a Molly.
He was the fucking goat. Nigga was doing moonsaults from steel cages for fun. Nigga just didn't feel pain.
Nigga, you couldn't. After his neck thing, he's like, bro, I swear, this guy, yeah, would moonsault off. What's it called? Off the Mount Everest. He would just moonsault everything,
and
bro.
just wake up like,
Like nothing happened. Like nothing had happened.
It's like them crackheads that you see in like fucking like in a random underpass. Like you see these man like headbutting the wall and shit and just don't feel pain.
They don't feel pain. Bro, the thing is, I count Perk Angle, yeah, from like when he first shaved his head off. Like, so that's when I count Perk Angle. Because again, when I was younger, I didn't really care about technical matches as much. And now I watch back, I'm like, yo, he was fucking like.
I'd say Perk Angle officially commenced when ECW came back. Briefly, remember when ECW came back when they had the whole one night stand thing?
Yeah.
I feel like that's when Perk Angle fully commenced.
I mean, because you're probably right, yeah, but I really loved the Perk Angle feud with Booker T.
I know you're going with this.
When he was, what did he say? He's like,
I'm not saying. Don't set me up. Don't set me up. Don't set me up. Don't set me up.
Bro, I will set you up if I have to.
Don't set me up.
I will set you up if I have to.
I'm not saying this.
What did he say about Booker T's life? He said something about Booker T's wife. Yeah, that was so hilarious. It was something along the lines.
It's not hilarious. It's fucking sick.
What did he say? What did he say?
Like, I don't get. Just for me, it's the fact that someone wrote it into a storyline and said, "Yeah."
I need to find it.
And I'm not just talking any kind of sex with you.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
I want to have sex with your wife. And I'm not just talking any kind of sex with your wife. That kind of bestiality sex.
What
I want
the
to have that kind of perverted sex.
Bro, what was creative thinking when they wrote that? Because it's just the fact that someone in creative has sat in the back and been like, Kurt, I want you to say this.
Bro, he was ankle locking women. I remember there was one bit when he said something in the back. He's like, you like this, and I like little boys. Perk Angle was crazy. Perk Angle didn't care. He was like, yeah, I'm a paedophile, but I'm a great wrestler. I'm one of Perks, man. I can do anything, and you can't stop me. I love Perk Angle. Man,
Timbo,
man,
can you get me some tissue from the toilet, please?
man admitted.
That made me sneeze.
Man admitted to liking little boys on national TV on a show where little boys would watch. So that means if you were easily corruptible, a little boy watching that, who knows what would happen?
That's a very, very sick way of putting it, but okay.
I love Perk Angle. But nah, his matches were sick. He was moonsaulting off everyone. Like, the ankle lock. I love it when he puts him in the ankle lock. And then they're like, oh, we're about to get the ropes. And they'll just be like, they'll pull them back. And then just go, legs wrapped. And when he wraps the leg, he leeches on there. And just keeps going, you're tapping out, man. I loved it.
I think for me, yeah, the whole Kurt Angle, Perk Angle thing, it was just like, man just didn't give a fuck. It was like Stone Cold. It was like a more patriotic Stone Cold that took Percocets and just did crazy shit because he could.
Because he could.
It was like, man won the Olympic gold medal, took some perks, and went, fuck this.
It. He's like, I've got a gold medal. I'm taking Percocets. No, I loved it. Even when he had the WWE Championship, like, yeah, I loved Perk Angle, man. Perk Angle, man, one of my favourites.
Okay, so my number 4, aka the cultural one, I'm taking Mike's little leaf out of his book. Instead of me picking a person, I'm picking a stable. So, yeah, that's my cheat code. And as you can see, I'm somewhat cosplaying them today with the Kango hat and everything. That's what Shawn Michaels went when he joined the said group. This broadcast is paid for by the NWO. Bro, do you know what it was? It was just such a rebellious gimmick, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, you either wanted to be them, or just nothing really. Like, NWO, yeah, when they fucking obviously it came from WCW at first.
Are you talking about the WWC? Are you talking about the WWE or WCW one?
Both.
Okay, six.
Both. Because that's the thing. Like, it was such a cool. I feel like they were the best thing to go up against DX. Because that's when like DX and NWO were like around at the same time.
And on different shows.
Yeah, different shows. I feel like DX was probably the best competition for NWO and vice versa. Because we all know the generational impact DX left, but the one that NWO, like for me, like Hollywood's Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, them three together, it just worked. Even though I fucking despise Hulk Hogan today, but I feel like this was like I wear this out everywhere. Not just to the podcast. I wear this out everywhere.
So what okay, why'd you hate Hulk Hogan first? Just so I can let it out.
He hates black people.
He didn't hate us that much. He just doesn't want to fuck with his daughter. But anyway, continue. That's true. Mm-hmm. I don't think he hates us. I just think he doesn't want us to fuck his daughter.
Listen to the voice notes.
Oh, what else was that something I missed in the voice note?
Oh no, he made his opinion clear. But this is not a political show. This is all
no, you're correct. Do you know what I will say in regards to it is I really like it because every Black History Month I get to see people putting like videos on 2K, like WWE 2K of like 15 black wrestlers being Hulk Hogan. I just love seeing it.
But big man thing though, like. It must be so jarring for the current like black superstars who have to deal with him coming back every now and again, fully knowing that what's going on behind closed doors. Like you just gotta look my man in the eye and be like, you can't even say anything because of his elevation, because of his status, innit? Because it's just one of them ones where it's like speaking on John Cena. If you piss him off, you're getting jobbed.
Yeah, well, I feel the way I see it, Vince McMahon once said nigger once, so like you know, it is what it is. Swings around. I mean, I guess it's different. Like Vince was obviously on TV.
That was on TV and intentional. This guy didn't know it was being recorded.
Yeah, fair enough. So like, I don't know. I give Hulk the benefit of the doubt because he did apologize and he was basically just saying I didn't want my daughter doing it, but I yes, it was racist, but yeah.
But
anyway, NWO.
NWO, yeah. The way it was just the way that everyone kind of just jumped on board with NWO. At first, it was just 3 man. The next few, just bare man were joining on. It was like Nexus before Nexus, isn't it? Even though it's a very unfair comparison, but like you get what I mean in terms of like the amount of people that kept on joining. It was just like a culture icon group that makes sense. Like the amount of references that are made from NWO, like NWO. Look at what's that Mexican group called with Santos Escobar and Queen? What they're called?
Phantasma.
Even they make reference to NWO. Like, if you look at Santos Escobar's like poncho thing, he's got like an NWO stylized logo of land. Yeah, and they've got the LWO, Latino World Order. They've got the Blue World Order.
Oh yeah,
We're not gonna talk about that because that was fucking shit.
They suck.
But yeah, like it was just a blueprint for many things that you see today. I think, because for me, I just liked, and also as well, they used to walk out one of the greatest songs of all time. Wow, 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 wow. And the fact that they got fucking Dennis Rodman during his NBA finals. Do you know how goated that is? Do you know how clear you gotta be?
That was sick. That's it.
That's sick. Because like if you watch The Last Dance, yeah, you see it all.
Yeah,
like,
when he was doing it, went to Las Vegas and he went to
man walked out with NWO doing the whole the Cuban cigar. You know, you would not get out today. You seen LeBron James walk out with fucking New Day today? You mad?
No, to be fair, I watched. There was an episode where they had Trey Young, and he got involved in a match.
What? Yeah, that was such a random crossover.
No, but do you know the reason they did that though? I don't know how much you watch NBA. Do you not remember like the season, like literally a couple months before, like the Knicks played Atlanta, and then obviously Atlanta and then won 4-1.
I remember getting loads of heat when you got to the fucking arena.
Yeah, because obviously the Knicks lost 4-1.
Yeah.
And obviously it was basically a gentleman's sweep, and Trey Young was sick in the match. And obviously every time he went to New York and he was going back, he was just taunting everyone. Yeah. The fans and everyone hated him. They're like, "Fuck Trey Young, fuck Trey Young, fuck Trey Young." So obviously when they went to New York for Madison Square Garden as a heel, WWE brought out Trey Young. The whole arena was like, "Fuck Trey Young, fuck Trey Young, fuck Trey Young." It was sick because even got involved in the match by tripping over like a goodie.
You know, but the difference between that and the Robin thing is like it was sick the way it did that, but like there was a reason behind it that makes sense because he's pissed off a lot of New Yorkers.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's Robin thing was so unprecedented, so out of the blue.
Yeah.
Like, they were trying to call him. Like, they're calling his phone. Like, where's this guy? Like, why is he not training? Like, we got a final tomorrow.
Yeah.
Man just appears on Monday Night Nitro. Just walks out. Just like, that has happened with the NWO big gold belt on his shoulder. I'm like, this guy is actually...
Yeah, he's a wild
That's
geezer.
that's one of my earliest... That's probably is my earliest memory of wrestling, but...
That's sick. I like that choice. What would you say your favorite NWO normal? I'm gonna ask you this every time again.
Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna ask you the same now. Fucking hell. Favorite NWO moment. As you can see, I'm wearing a hat worn by one and only Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. I feel like when he came out in the NWO t-shirt, everyone's a bit like...
When he came back,
Yeah, everyone's like, the fuck? Like, cause bear in mind, obviously it's part of D-Generation X, isn't it? Who essentially was NWO's, like...
rivals.
Unofficial rival, and makes... Because obviously two separate, like, shows. But DX is there because NWO is there. Anyways, when he came back, everyone's been like, what is going on DX? But it's just for me, my favorite wrestling moments are always mentioned by the element of surprise.
I like that.
That's my favorite wrestling moments.
I like
always
that, I like
mentioned by the surprise and nothing else. Because if it's predictable, I'm not gonna enjoy it.
I see that. I like that.
Number 5,
I'm gonna go with my favorite final boss gimmick in WWE history, which was Triple H's reign as just like the top guy. I fucking loved it because the first WWE Championship, when you had his first song, like when you had that old first Triple H song, how did it go? You know it. You know the Triple.
you want some song? That was part of the line.
That was sick. That was sick.
Come on.
That was cold. I like that.
I fucking love that song.
You want some?
The song.
That was sick. Yeah, that was sick. You made me like that song though. That was sick.
That's definitely got to go on the TikTok because that was spot on.
That was sick. So like obviously, and that's when he first won the WWE champion. I was like, whatever. I didn't really care. But then when he changed it to like Motorhead, time to play the game. Dun, dun. His entrance, and he had the big belt, and he had the big gold belt, and he dun, 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 and he just walk out, dun, 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 and he did the whole bottle thing. Dun, dun. This is like the bottle thing, yeah. It's so.
I thought it was a fresh concept. You didn't really see anyone engage with the crowd like that in the entrance. That's a very fresh concept. So, and you had in primary school, you had people that didn't even watch wrestling being in the playground like.
Just
Don't spit my brother, please. Don't spit my brother, please.
I had to do it. I'm sorry. I had to spit everywhere. I'm sorry. I apologize. I had to spit. I used to love it because when he did it, everyone just went, yeah! And it was so jacked, yeah. It just looked sick. And then, like, obviously, he did that. He had the whole Evolution thing. And I remember they had, like, all the belts.
Evolution coming out with Motorhead as well.
Motorhead. Oh, I burn the light in the sand. Time to find out who I am. I used to love it because he used to come in his suit and then he'd be like just dominate, and then he had a match. Boom, time to play. I loved Final Boss Triple H. He would cheat. He would slap women's asses when they didn't want them to. Like, he was just an absolute misogynist.
Heel
toxic masculine.
Triple H was definitely one of the best heels in his time.
One of the best heels of all time, man. And like his matches were good. Like I even liked his moveset, like the Spine Buster.
His moveset was the cheat code in any WWE game growing up. Because
running knee.
The running, bro. You just knew, like, if you're playing with Triple H.
Yeah.
You had a high ability, but his moveset would also help you as well.
Yeah. Because you can make someone bleed with the pedigree. Like, man, I used to love Triple H, man.
Goated, man. Goated.
Yeah, Triple H was sick. So, I'm trying to think. What's my favorite Triple H moment? Would I say?
Yeah.
I want to go from like when he was like top guy. I loved the rivalry he had with Batista when like Batista was like, he's like yeah.
Wait for the contract.
And he's like no, and then powerbomb through the table.
Yeah.
Nah, that was fucking sick. Like even with the Randy Orton thing, like Evolution, Bad boy Triple H.
Evolution was a group before its time. I can't lie.
Yeah. And he had this match with Mick Foley at the 2000 Royal Rumble. Like he had it was like a street fight match, and bruv, like Triple H fucked himself up. Like there was blood. Like it was a sick match. So yeah, I'll Triple H 100%. Yeah.
I reckon we've got time for one extra more meet. We've only been 40 minutes.
Yeah, we're just doing one more.
Without Giuseppe, time's going a lot quicker.
Yeah, well, this time goes, man.
But yeah, my next pick here, it's a gimmick which was kind of put upon a lot of people because it was technically a stable, but it was led by one person. For me, so Undertaker had many gimmicks here.
Ooh.
A lot of people say that Biker Taker, like American Badass, his favorite gimmick, used to come out with Kid Rock.
I like that.
A lot of people like the Dead Man gimmick, and for me personally, Ministry of Darkness.
Was that the original one with when Vince said it was me like that? Is that Ministry of Darkness?
Ministry of Darkness. I'm thinking more like. You're thinking of.
It was Authority versus Minute. It wasn't Authority. They had like a name.
I know. There's one where it was like including Shane and that. It was like
that's the one. Corporate Ministry. That's what I was thinking.
Corporate
of.
Ministry.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
I'm thinking of Ministry of Darkness. Like when these men had fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin chained to like a T.
Oh no! Hung him up on the thing,
bruv. That scene traumatized my whole childhood. Yeah, I used to have nightmares that Undertaker would come and grab me and put me in a fucking cross. I'm like, it's not a cross by a T. I used to have nightmares as a kid growing up thinking about that. Cause I used to watch that clip on WWE.com over and over again. Back when the site used to be simple, you just watch your favorite like Undertaker clips, bruv. That he did to Stephanie as well.
Yeah.
He had like a badass intro, and it was just. I feel like they could. I wish he came back with that gimmick. I wish. And they recently came back with the Biker Taker gimmick.
Yeah.
When he went to go link Bray Wyatt.
That's as Mark Calloway, isn't it?
Yeah. I wish if he came back, if he had one run as Ministry of Darkness before retirement, I'd been so gassed.
Yeah.
During that, back when he was like fit and healthy. I mean, then again, I get why they never brought it back because he was a top superstar on SmackDown back when he was like able to wrestle on weekly episodes.
Take the bumps.
Yeah, take bumps. So like there was no point like fixing something that's not broken. So I get that, but that gimmick for me, it was just so complete. Because the Dead Man gimmick for me, I loved it growing up, but it got a bit repetitive. Like I'm very unpopular opinion, but very repetitive. It's like insert wrestler name. You will rest in peace. Yeah, that's it. Every week, but however, there was one thing he did as a Dead Man that spun me as a kid. Remember, he had that fucking rain of blood on Mr. Kennedy on SmackDown.
Oh yeah.
Bruv, I used to go at that point. I still thought wrestling was real, innit? So I was like,
whose blood is that? Whose blood is that?
Bruv, I literally spent a week on Google back in the day as a kid, googling like, why did Mr. Kennedy bleed so much?
Where was his hole, man? Wait, do you know the Ministry of Darkness Taker? Is that when he had that weird pointy beard?
Yes.
He looked like a super villain.
Yeah. He looked very like demonic.
Yeah. And he had like that weird chainy, like black and chainy gear thing.
They had like the very like chanty intro, like that
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just such a good gimmick, man. It's a shame. I guess I can see why they switched his gimmick. Obviously, I'm pretty sure he went to like American Badass next when he came back.
Yeah.
Then he went to Dead Man gimmick. But I see why, obviously, the transition from American Badass to Dead Man was obviously the 03 Survivor Series. We had that Buried Alive match with Mr. McMahon, didn't it?
Yeah.
That was the transition. So after that, when he came back to the Dead Man gimmick, wasn't it WrestleMania 04? To WrestleMania 20 when he went against Kane, innit? Because Kane was the one that obviously helped McMahon to
put him in a go.
Yeah. I feel like that he was so like he came out with the Drews and everything for his first entrance back. I think at that point I thought there was no point changing his gimmick because everyone loved it so much.
Yeah.
The fucking traditional funeral march theme song, like it just worked. That's one big irk for me wrestling wise is never seeing Taker wrestle live. But
that's a shame, innit?
That's the thing. Some of my favorite superstars, like I've met my favorite superstar of all time, but not seeing Undertaker wrestle. Like, I've seen Kane wrestle, you seen Kane wrestle?
I've never seen any of them wrestle live or the original ones, really.
I saw Kane wrestle back in 2016. This is like toward the end of his like
Wrestling career. Yeah.
Like I'm glad I saw them around them times, but Undertaker for me, I'm just glad I've seen I'm glad I've seen Randy Orton, but I haven't seen Cena yet.
Yeah.
But I've seen Austin Theory though.
Yeah, A-Town down, man.
A-Town down.
Right,
however, Austin Theory for me is definitely my pick to be the face of the company in 10 years.
I wouldn't go that far, but he's gonna definitely be in and about it.
I think he's my pick. He's my pick from like in this current moment. He's my pick.
I wouldn't say that, but he's definitely gonna be there for a long time. He's very good. He's improved a lot. I think he's sick.
I think he's amazing. I think he's got the build that a wrestler his age should have.
Yeah, and he can only get bigger.
Yeah,
and he's athletic as well.
He's athletic. He's good. He's got that cowardly like presence. Heel presence in the mind. He reminds me of 06 Christian so much.
Yeah.
Which I fucking love 06 Christian. That's actually gonna be my next thing if you had extra time.
Okay.
I've got one final. I went last with Ministry of Darkness. Do you have any others?
I've got one left. And this is literally one of my favourite gimmicks of all time. I can't believe I even forgot about this guy. And again, I used to absolutely hate this guy as well. Again, I used to hate him. But again, now I've got older, I understand him a lot more. And I love him, especially because he now like epitomizes everything I love about wrestling, which is politically incorrectness. And my favourite is WWE Champion JBL. I fucking loved WWE Champion JBL.
Yeah.
Originally, I didn't like him because obviously he beat Eddie Guerrero, and I fucking loved Eddie Guerrero winning the WWE Championship against Brock Lesnar. Loved it. Then obviously you had this guy who was just in a limo, like just doing like, and I'm just like, oh. And again, his moveset wasn't amazing, but I think back now.
Bro, man had the clothesline of hell. I don't think you needed.
No, that's what I'm saying. The clothesline from hell,
bro,
is literally one of the most damaging moves of all time.
He was saying niggas don't have to pay rent.
Bro, I saw the clip, of like the clothesline from. Bro, take it. It's disgusting. He was trying to take niggas' lives out, bro. That clothesline would take it. Bro, most clotheslines, you see the clothesline, they do it like a lariat when they just go like, boom, they push you down like off the rope. Oh, that clothesline. Nigga went back, cocked it back, and took a nigga's head off, bro.
I thought you were take my head off then.
Nah, I nearly did. Lucky I missed. I've been dead. No, clothesline, and you had the smash. I loved it. And then obviously you had the whole gimmick when he had like a Orlando Jordan with him and stuff as like his team. And then obviously my favorite thing was just how politically incorrect he was, because obviously he had little things like say he'd shake someone's hand in the crowd, he'd have like some gel to wash his hands. Like, you niggas disgust me. Like, you lot disgust me. And then he had his beef with Eddie Guerrero, and then he obviously
had the whole cabinet like a president.
The whole cabinet, I loved it.
Orlando Jordan say, "Cause you drop the whole." I'm not. But yeah, he had Orlando. He had Jillian Hall.
Yeah, Jillian with the mole.
Mm-hmm. I think it's something else, but cool.
What are you thinking of? Did she have tits?
Bro, do you remember my entrance? She used to sing that bright. Remember she used to have a very nasally, like, jarring voice.
Yeah.
And she's like have like a satirically bad theme song. Do you remember it?
No, I don't remember it.
You're gonna piss yourself when you hear this. She sung her own theme song.
No way did she.
You're gonna piss yourself when you hear this.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
She's singing this. It's like a Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake mixed with cocaine and meth.
I want them running away. Sick. I like that. That's good character work.
It's just funny because she didn't mind embarrassing herself on camera for the sake of the fans.
Yeah.
Because that song, like, it was just like I've recorded music over the years during lockdown when I was at my lowest and just didn't know what else to do. 'Cause I couldn't take photos, but there's some songs I recorded that will never see the face of Earth.
Yeah, as it should be.
Because it was that bad.
Yeah.
Like, but that song there
Shocking.
makes me sound like Travis fucking Scott.
That's a mad thing. That's crazy. I'm going to say my favourite JBL moment of all time. You probably all already know what this moment is, but literally it is so ridiculously politically incorrect. The fact this was even aired in TV, I don't care what age. The only time you could have aired this on TV was probably 1940, where Hitler was in charge, because this is so politically incorrect. Yeah, there was a scene where JBL was walking in the forest. He just said, "Yeah, we're here at the border, at the Mexican border."
Oh yeah, I know what you're on about. I know exactly what you're on about.
We're at the Mexican border, and we're out here trying to keep Mexicans out of the country. That means WWE hired a Mexican-looking geezer to pretend to be climbing over the wall. And Jeremy were like, "Hey, come here, you!" Catch a Mexican, beat him up, and throw him back over the border. And I was like, how racist can you be?
I was like, John, your line was stop. You weren't meant to touch him.
Well, he was the first one to say build a wall before Trump. He's like, we need to build a wall to keep these Mexicans out. Yeah, I loved that gimmick so much because it was so crap, so crazy. I loved the closeout from Hell. Yeah, man, it was just good. And it was just fun because he understood his job. He liked bleeding a lot. And I did like him in the APA as well. And it took me a while to learn that was the same Bradshaw from the APA. Like
it took me a hot sec to put.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's him.
Like, the way it is, it's the whole mustache. I think them man were in fucking Ministry as well, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
The
Yeah.
Apocalypse or some
The
shit like that.
Apocalypse, that was it. Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's the way it was. He had like long black hair, mustache, beard combo.
Yeah.
Comes back with an American what's nuclear family dad haircut.
Yeah.
Cowboy hat, limousine.
Yeah, because but what they do is like in WWE. Because again, I love watching bare videos of it, and they tell you how they come up with gimmicks and stuff.
His was based on his book, isn't it? That he wrote.
Well, it was based on the book. He read the book around the same time.
Yeah.
But it was he became a stock millionaire.
Yeah.
He made bare money from stocks, and then the book thing happened, and then they were like gimmick, gimmick.
The gimmick worked though.
Fucking works.
Like when it's said and done, the gimmick worked.
Yeah, it worked, and then it was like, you can see him as like a WWE champion because everyone hated him.
And it was just as I'm going back to the whole cabinet thing, it just worked. He had people around him to ensure he kept that championship.
Yeah.
He had fucking the Bastion brothers as well.
The Bastion brothers, oh shit!
That was just like it's just literally like you create a wrestler, you can't be asked to add anything to their character at all. Just put on like the default bald guy in like blue trunks. And just click save. Yeah. And do it twice. And you got the Bastion brothers.
That was it. Literally, same face, just bald, no beard, nothing. Just craziness. I loved it.
It worked though in that gimmick because essentially, I'm pretty sure the tag team division was stacked at the time. So
yes.
there was no way to fit them in. So where else to fit them in but the cabinet?
Yeah, it made sense. You need a gang of people, and then I think they won a tag team championship at one point.
Exactly.
So yeah, I like that one.
I have one final one. I'm just because I feel like we've gone over the mark a bit because my camera died, which is annoying because I literally haven't used it in weeks and I charged it beforehand.
Oh well.
But it is what it is. Hill Christian 06.
Oh, okay, I know you loved him.
Bro, we used to come out to Waterproof Blonde. You know what it is? It was just a coward, yeah.
What was the song he said?
If you close your eyes that Waterproof Blonde, close your eyes, yeah. That theme song, cold, because he was just a heel. He used to come out with the fucking obnoxiously gold hood with the C on the back with Tyson Tonko as well as his bodyguard.
Yeah, that guy with the weird beard.
Yeah, Christian back then, yeah, it was a mid carder at best because it's Christian. However, that gimmick for me personally in the heel side of things, because the way I see it, the way that I rate how much I like a wrestler is based on how much that they put into a character, but obviously I have to divide it. Like, the reason why I like a heel, and the reason like I like faces, like I don't Rene Dupree because of what he accomplished at a young age. Like when I was 19, I wish I won a WWE championship, but no, I was simping over my ex-girlfriend. But anyways, I just liked him as a heel because it was just so complete. He had the theme, he had the look, and it was just good TV, yeah. But it's annoying, yeah. My favourite Christian moment, if you ask me, it's sadly not from that gimmick. That's my mentoree student that I work with. I will have to record this part of the podcast just to let him know that he was calling me during the podcast. I'm gonna send him a little
go away text.
No, not even the go away text. Just I'm currently. He seems to text me at the wrong times.
Is that what he does all the time?
Wouldn't say that, but he just. I think when he messages me, I'm either in the middle of something or I'm currently out, and I'll get back to him in the morning. But then I'm just battered with work.
Yeah.
Working in data can get a lot sometimes. But...
Is this your actual job? That's something.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is he calling you out of work?
He messaged me at 3 a.m. once. I wanted to ask me a question, but...
Does he work at 3 a.m?
No, he's a student.
Oh, like a student in uni?
Yeah, he's a photography student, but he found me on Instagram like ages ago.
Oh, is it like a mentor fee for like a...
he just I was trying to advise where possible, and obviously I don't have all the answers, but I try to help people who are trying to like make their way in, like the industry, like help where possible, and any advice.
I get that. Nah, 3 a.m. is a normal time for students to be awake, to be fair. That's a normal time for shit to be awake. That's normal.
I'm gonna just text him back now and be like,
"Hey, bro, I'm busy doing a podcast. If your eyes are rising."
But yeah, my favorite Christian moment though, which sadly isn't part of the gimmick, is when they had the bragging rights elimination match. He was like, "Team Kofi Kingston looking for a fight. 4 of us is black and 1 of us is white. What's up?" It was like him, MVP, R-Truth. Like he's only black. He's like, there's only one. There's a difference in the team. It's like, obviously it must be it's like a Simpsons misdirection joke, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously, the obvious thing is because he's the only white one there.
Yeah.
But it was something else.
Yeah.
Then he hits him with a rap at the end.
I don't want to do shit like that. I'm like, something's different. I like that shit. That was cool, man. I like that episode. That was a fun episode of RSS.
It was a very fun episode, but I think episode 10, we're coming bigger, better, and hopefully Giuseppe can get his candy ass out of his girlfriend.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. I've barely slept,
What's
Mike.
he doing with his ass?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
But Giuseppe, if you're seeing this...
Hearing this.
Or hearing this even. well, you know where home is.
Apparently his girlfriend's ass.
But yeah. Episode 10, and thank you for episode 10 coming very, very soon. Thanks for listening to episode 9. It was nice having some visual content to begin with, but unfortunately, technology isn't our best friend at times.
Happens.
And I also want to end this episode saying that we are RSS,
and we want the smoke.
So, wait,
oh yeah, there's no camera.
There's no camera. I think I'm like, is Mike gonna put his finger up?
I actually did, Fuck it. Oh well.
I don't have to.
Bye everyone.
Bye everyone.
I don't even know if that's PG.